American Express Platinum card. This is one of the best cards you can get. On my list, it would be number two. But as a physical card, it's metal, it's heavy, it's flashy. It's a pretty cool card to have. I got it personally for its lounges. The American Express lounges are the best lounges that you can find. With it, you get the priority pass, which is a ton of lounges, but they're like the bottom tier lounge. But the American Express card, the Platinum card, it gives you access to the best lounge in the world, I believe, at least in the US. But when I got the card, it was the very first card that I got because, of course, I'm military and I don't pay the annual fees. This one has a super high annual fee. It's $695, but totally worth it. And as the annual fee goes up, the sign on bonus goes up. Right now, it's at $175,000 or 175,000 points, which is huge. It's the biggest that's ever been. So when I first got the card, I got it because of the Uber credit, and then it seemed like every couple months I learned about a new perk, and then another perk, and then another perk. So it is great. So going over these cards again, this one it's a hefty sign-on bonus. It is um it is $8,000 in 6 months. So when I'm talking about these cards, first off, you should never pay with cash. Should never pay with cash. If you can pay with a credit card, you should. The credit card, if you think credit cards are sketchy and you're afraid of credit cards, it's because you are not a responsible person. If you can swipe a card for money that you have and then pay it off by the end of the month and you get perks for it, it's basically rewarding you for being responsible. Think about it like that. It is very simple. You get rewards for being responsible for using credit cards. Credit card companies make money off of people that are stupid and irresponsible. And trust me, they are doing just fine. And if you are that responsible person, you are not it's not taking advantage. I've talked to people. It's like, oh, that just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem fair. Are you freaking kidding me? Like you get scammed off of so much in the world, and that's how people make money. They loan money and then charge you interest. Like it's the whole game. That's what everybody does. So use credit cards. And for those that are in the military, you are brain dead. You are brain dead. Or, like I said before, you're just not knowledgeable and people don't teach you this because like I don't know why in our culture, in the military culture, if it's something that you haven't done, you don't want to tell other people. It's like a ego, like jealousy thing, and it blows my mind. But I talk to a ton of military people every day about this, and they are just like, I'm good because they are lazy. They are lazy. They and I would give it to them. Most of them are irresponsible as well, so they really shouldn't do this. But hopefully, you watching this video, you are a responsible military person, and this is one of the cards that you should have, and your wife should have. You should definitely be doubling up on all of these perks because you don't have to pay any of the annual fees. But for you people that are not military, cops, firefighters, EMTs that don't get that you have to pay for the annual fee, this one definitely worth it, and I will explain why it's worth it. So let's go ahead and go to the card. First, I will show you what it looks like. Boom, this one right here. Very nice card. Like I said, it's metal. It's it's loud when you throw it on the counter, and you can flex with it. You can, oh yeah, you can go and flex with it for sure. So going to the card right now, it is at 175,000 points. Like I said, it usually runs from um 80,000 to 120. So inflation, blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it, it's at 175. But the annual fee also was I think 495 and now it's like 695, so it just keeps on going up as well. But let's look at the featured, and I like how it says this. It says featured benefits because for sure there are way more benefits than this. So the first one that everyone already knows about is this one right here. It's the Uber Cash. So on your app, you will see a credit, and basically, if you don't click off of it, it'll automatically spin it up. And everybody uses this. If you don't use Uber, then use Uber Eats. You can use it for either or. So It's something that you're already paying for, but it's definitely a benefit right there. So you can go ahead and count that 695, take off 200 right there. The next one, it is your digital entertainment credit. So this is your Disney, your ESPN, your Hulu, Peacock, whatever. Like we all have it. Netflix, that's 240. So take off 240. And this one is not like this one. It could be better. 100% could be better. These hotels, good luck finding them. They're like the luxury hotels, anyways. So you usually have to spend 500, 600, $700. You get 200 off. I mean, cool. If you know them, you know them. If not, then go to your hotel credit cards. Plenty of them out there. Tons of them out there. And the next one is this one. This one gets a lot of people right here. So you have to sign up for a airline. So basically, on your American Express, you have to go to the website, and you have to sign up for an airline, and you can't switch it until next year. So I know a lot of people, they do Southwest or Alaskan or whatever. The the best one you can do is the United one. So with the United one, you can stack them and they last for 5 years, or they either don't expire or they last for 5 years. So you can stack them up, because with my other credit cards that I have, I know with the IHG and the Quest and the other ones, they stack onto this. So you will have a United Cash Bank, and all of those credit cards that you get, all those little airline fees, they all stack into the American Express one. So that's why United is definitely the way to go. Don't pick Southwest. Southwest is a horrible airline, anyways. So yeah, pick United. So those right there, if we put all of those together, that right there is basically $640 right there. So you're only missing about $50 right there. So that is every year. Every year you get $640 worth of value. So even if you had to spend $55, I mean that's not bad. It's not bad. And we're not even to like the best part yet, because that's like nothing compared to this right here. So this is the points. So if you Google up any of if it's Chase, if it's American Express, if it's whatever these credit cards are that give you points, the point conversion for American Express, it can be a lot higher than 2 cents a point. But I'm going to be very, very conservative with this. At 2 cents a point, you get $3,500 worth of basically flights, hotels, whatever, because American Express has their own website, just like Chase does, where you get to spend the points on, and they like 5x. So you get 3,500 for the first sign-on bonus, basically for all the travel that you want. That right there is crazy. That is basically 3-4 years of payment for the platinum card. And those are only, so right here you have $640 for the annual, and then you have 3,500 for the initial sign on. Huge value, huge value. But that's not the end of it. But with those two right there, like I don't even have to say anymore. Like this card is crazy. And that's not even like talking about the lounge, which I'll show you the lounge later on, but that's value. That is super value. So some of the other added bonuses, if you don't have other cards that do better points, because like as a points go, maybe not the best. But if this is your first credit card and you don't have anything else, yes, you should definitely using this. So travel, you get 5x for hotels and flights. Awesome. 1x for everything else. And then going down the list of additional benefits, we already talked about the hotel credit, trash. The Uber is good. The airline fee is good. And then this one right here is great. Great for you people that fly all the time. Like me, I fly all the time. So it's great. You used to, if you were special, you show your military ID, you show your like EMT or whatever, then you get TSA pre. Now everybody and their mother has TSA pre, because all of these credit cards that I've been talking about for the past year, they all come with TSA pre, paid for. This is the only card right here that you actually get clear. Clear is basically the upgraded TSA Pre. It's the same line. So when you go to Clear, you go in and you do your little finger scan, you do your eye scan, and then it's like, oh, I'm special, cool. If you have TSA Pre, you're worried about all your credentials getting out there. They're already out there, so don't worry about that. So Clear, it's the exact same thing. You basically go in a line and then you just butt right in front of the TSA Pre-check. It's not a separate line. It's just like the added bonus because they're gonna keep on getting their money. They're gonna next after everyone has Clear, they'll go to the next thing and then the next thing and just keep on going. But this pays for it, so that's $200 right there, free with just the card. You use the card and then you don't have to pay for that and you get your Clear. All right, moving on. Right here, the lounge. This like you like get the card, go to the lounge, and I guarantee you it's the best lounge that you've ever been to. I'll try to find some pictures on it right here, but it is the best. So here we go. So these are the different locations. So you see Charlotte, Dallas, Denver, Hong Kong, Vegas, Houston, LA. So basically all of your main um, lounges, it's there. And before it used to like look super super nice. Like they got showers, they got lockers, like you get free drinks, like everything you could possibly imagine. And it was before where you could bring a friend in for free. You could bring two friends in for free. Now I think it costs $50 for additional people, and to add like your significant other, I think it's $180. But if you fly all the time and you don't mind layovers make flights cheaper. Definitely not a bad way to go. So this card is the best. Well, the second best. I'm trying to find the other perks, but I can just get them offhand. So the other perks that you get that most people don't know about that have the card is you can go into your Enterprise, your Avis, your Hertz, all of those. You basically upload that you have this card, and then you have platinum tier, you have diamond tier, whatever the top tier is. So any rental that you get, automatic upgrade. Most, I think Avis has an automatic 2 upgrade, and it's free, 100% free right there. And if you use your card, it has the best insurance. For if you use your card for your flights, it has baggage insurance, it has cancellation fees that you don't have to pay for. Anything rental agreements, you don't have to pay that extra 200 or 300. You go to any foreign place, it's like $300. But if you use your platinum card, you are good to go. The best insurance, the best lounges, the best rental status. It is the second best card, and it is worth the $695 because of what I showed you right here. Go over it again. It's 640 annually, and the sign-on bonus 3,500. You can't beat that. As points go, it is the highest. 100% right now, it is the highest. So when you're thinking about these credit cards, you don't have to start off with this one. But if you do, the best way to do it is, if you don't have these credit cards, wait until like around Christmas or Thanksgiving or whenever you usually travel. The first time you travel with your whole family or just yourself, save up some money, get that big purchase in. So if it's Christmas and you're going to buy a bunch of people things, or you're going to go home, or if you're married and your whole family's going to go home and it's going to cost you a couple $1,000, that should be your like down payment to get a card like this. To get a card like this, you have to be responsible. You have to think ahead. You have to have a plan on how you're going to pay off that $8,000 in six months. It's not even that hard. It's very very simple. What, like $1,200 a month? Like that is simple. You can do that, but you want to do it the fastest that you can. So save up for big purchases. For all these credit cards you got to get, you should be saving up for big purchases. And if you're going to make big purchases, any purchases, you put it on the credit card. It is that simple. So I just went on vacation and I flew to the Midwest from Hawaii with my wife and my 2 kids. That's 4 of us flying to the Midwest and back round trip. We stayed in like 6 nights of hotels, and I didn't pay a dime for any of that. But I already paid for flying to New Zealand with me, my wife, and my 2 kids. Didn't pay for any of that. And then also, I'm going on another trip next year, and I have all the points out for that. Didn't pay for any of that. So if you're not doing this as a military member, you're missing out on, I think it's modestly $600 a month for travel. So all of that stress that you have for being a military member or a cop or a firefighter, and say you're working away from home, this is a way that you don't have to pay for it, because it is not fair that we have to pay to go home and see our in-laws and all this. It's supposed to come out of our pocket when you're working somewhere else, because most of us don't choose to work somewhere else. Most of us have to do that. Or if we want to make more money and support our families, and we have to pay for it. Now, this is a way that you can, as long as you're responsible. And it is very simple. If you have any questions on it, then hit me up in the comments or DM me, find me on any other social media, and I will give you the step by step how to do this. It is very simple, and take advantage of it. Take full advantage of it. I use credit cards for every purchase I could possibly do. I do even like house, my HOAs, all of that on cards, and I have to pay an extra like 5-6%, but I don't care. I put it all on credit cards, and I do like 6 credit cards a year. It's crazy. Oh my god, like it's crazy. But I don't have to worry about credit card usage. That's for sure. Like I always stay below my 10% for sure. So, and I have great credit. And for those of you who think that if you have a bunch of credit cards, your credit's gonna be horrible, you're just stupid. Yeah, you don't know. You're just uninformed. You're uninformed. Like this is the easiest hack. Like I said, it rewards you for being responsible. So if you're responsible, get rewarded.